Okay. Alright. I think I'm live. Gotta double check that. Oh, well. According to this, am I live? Yeah. Alright. Excuse me, guys. That's a great way to start off a live stream, isn't it? Yes, it is. So hey everyone, all one of you, I think there's one or two people in here. We are going to be doing Shokugeki no Souma, Le Dessert Chapter 3. I know that's been out for, like, I think at least a week, or if not, like 5 days or something like that. So, yeah, that's a thing, right? Yeah, so that being said, I'm just kind of winging this, honestly, right now. Yeah. So, let's see. Is everything going okay? I really need to figure out where something screwed up. Why is everything always screwing up on me? Let's go to open this. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of unprecedented. I just did this on a whim, so I'm not really. There we go. Let's see. Let's go to this. How can I get back to the live control room? That's what I wanted. Live control room. Okay. I think we're, by the looks of the stream and everything, I think we're okay. Yeah, so sorry for the bad beginning, guys. Anyways, so yeah, what we're doing here is Shokugeki no Souma. It's over. It's officially over with this chapter. Unless there's some announcement at the end of this chapter that I am not aware of. After I'm done this, I'm going to be going and doing my reviews for One Piece and Shokugeki no Souma, this chapter and stuff. So, but before we get underway with that, I wanted to do a live reaction, because I already did one before, and I really feel like this deserves it. It's the ending of a series. It's the ending of one of the series that I reviewed for a very long time on this channel. So, and my previous channel as well. So, I don't know what's in store. I know if you guys checked out my review for the last chapter, I gave that a big thumbs down. I think that's one of the worst chapters. The last arc was terrible and blah, blah, blah. But what we're going to be doing here right now is I'm kind of just biding time. I'm just waiting to see if anybody shows up. Because last time I did this, I had about 10, 12 people show up for the last chapter of Shokugeki no Souma. And I'm just going to see if we can get to, a couple people in the chat, see what's going on, right? But if we can't, people will watch this afterwards and people will watch my review, so it's fine, I found out today that I got up to 166 subscribers, I think I'm at. But that number is always fluctuating. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and see like 166, and then by 10 a.m. all of a sudden it'll be 161. But there's no increase or loss on the actual statistics under the YouTube channel. So it's one of those things where you kind of have to play around with it a little bit. But yeah, so that being said, I suppose, I was only going to wait a few minutes anyways to just get underway with the chapter. I don't know how long the chapter is. I don't know if there's an announcement at the end of the chapter. I don't know. All I know is that I found the link. I found the 2 color pages, like the main page and stuff. Somebody sent me and said, "Oh, spoilers are out." So I was trying to look up the spoilers, and I found the whole chapter. So I don't even know when it was posted. I think it was this week or last week, but no one seems to be, like, usually what happens is with a popular series like this, or popular on my channel, the consistent people that comment and view my videos, what they will do is they'll come and say, hey, did you know this chapter's out, sort of idea. But I didn't get any notifications, so I don't think a whole lot of people know this is out, or if they do, most people just lost their interest. And I can understand that, because honestly, this chapter may or may not be good, but at the end of the day, 3 chapters that probably could have been handled in the last month, condensed, and we didn't really need Lead Desert Chapter 2, could have been condensed to the last month of, after 315 and wrapped up. So I don't think anything I'm about to watch or see here is going to change my mind about that. So that being said, if anybody, if there is an audio issue or video issue, let me know. I think there's only one person watching right now anyways, so check the analytics. Yeah, there's only one person watching anyways, so alright, well, as I said, we might as well get right into this. If we see some more people, I did this last time. Maybe I'm expecting too much, and I mean, this was kind of last minute, and I don't usually plan these, but just so you guys kind of get a breakdown of how I do live streams. Generally speaking, I do them haphazard. I jump into them. I'm off the cuff, no script, no nothing. But it seems like every time I've done a live stream, all of a sudden the chat's been filled with 4 or 5 people who are asking questions, who want to know stuff. So instead of jumping right in this time, I was like, okay, well, I can kind of sit here and chat first, but now apparently, then again, it's not just a live stream, so maybe a lot of people are like, oh, it's Shokugeki no Souma, I don't really care, so people aren't joining or something. And as I said, it's just a random thing, so. But I'm actually kind of used to that, so I'm a little disappointed that nobody's jumped in, but whatever. I don't really, I kind of promoted it on Twitter, sort of, but anyways, enough of that sad sounding party. Let's jump into the chapter. So let's see. I'm reading this on readshoki.com. So anyways, you guys can follow along with that. I'm not going to post this link, because if I do, most likely, I'll get flagged or something foolish. So either way, it says, End, Shokugeki no Souma, Lead Desert, Chapter 3, the Epilogue. And as I said, I only checked out the first 2 pages that were color. Then I realized this was the full chapter, and I stopped. So I've already read the first. I kind of skimmed the first page and the second page. So second page being a double spread. So let's just let's get into this. Let me get into this. So let's see. First page, all color. We're at an airport. We got a kitchen knife. No, really, I'm not some criminal, I swear. Then what's with the knife? What are you doing walking around with something like that, huh? Yeah, well, you see, what are you doing? Stop wasting the gentleman's time and let him through. You're free to go, sir. Your gate is right this way. Somebody's shocked. I mean, clearly it's Souma. We see the hair, the handkerchief, the bandana wrapped around his arm, wrapped around his left arm. But Chief, are you sure we should have let that guy go? Who's he to get such special treatment? I believe I recall you talking yourself up as something of a foodie at our last office party, but it sounds like you were just a big talker, especially if you can't recognize Chef Souma. And we jump to the next page, big widescreen. It's the one I used for the thumbnail, the other color image of Souma, clearly now an adult, 24, 25, standing outside the airport. So, okay, so right off the bat, I got a couple of issues here right off the cuff. First off, he would check that bag. All right, airport security, they know what it's like. It doesn't matter what country. Airport security has been crazy since 9/11, and it's not like it used to be. And they wouldn't let him go. First off, they wouldn't let him go with that giant butcher's kitchen knife. They wouldn't let him take that as a carry-on in the first place. So I can't understand. He's like, you're free to go. Okay, so he leaves and he comes outside the airport by the looks of it. So what they're saying is they let him go on the plane with the knife, is from what I see here. They let him go on the plane with the knife. And it wasn't until they landed where they're like, you took a knife on the plane. That's the way it's like panning out here. But assuming that that's not the case and it's just poor representation by the author, and that he was getting on a plane and they were like, you can't walk around like airport security or something caught him or something. It would be a checked bag. It would be like, you can carry whatever you want in an airport. It's when you go through security that's the issue. So, and he's a chef, and like, this situation would never have happened in real life. This is already. I'm getting irritated already because this right off the bat, first 2 pages were already, even though they're very well drawn, nicely colored and stuff, it's so unrealistic that it's taken me out of the moment right away. And I didn't reread Le Dessert Part 2 before doing this chapter, but I think I should have, so I could have all the disappointment out of my system. So let's scroll down here. Food Wars, Shokugeki no Souma, Le Futur. So the future, pretty much in French, if I'm remembering that correctly. So next page we have the Totsuki Culinary Institute. The dean's office. It kind of looks, from the back, kind of looks like Alice, but I'm assuming that's Arena with another new haircut or something foolish. Which, once again, I'm a guy, so maybe I don't have room to talk, but females with long hair, more attractive to me. Personal opinion. I hate when they all cut their hairs. Like, cut bangs are a blasphemy that should never have been invented. No barber, no hairdresser, nobody should ever, it should be against their code. Like, I'm an electrician. There's an electrical code. Some rules are for safety, which are you have to follow, and some ones are a little bit in the gray area, but for the general purpose, you follow these rules because they've updated it, There's a code. There should be a hairdresser's code where anybody who cuts anybody's hair should not be allowed to cut bangs. Cut bangs is the worst thing ever. Now, I don't know what we're going to see here. By the looks of it, she doesn't have cut bangs. I'm just looking. But short hair in general, not a huge fan on women. Some women can pull it off, but that's just a personal opinion. All right. So, let's see. So, Dean's office, I'm assuming it's Arena, says, ugh, she's on the phone. Looks like an iPhone, whatever. Ugh, you never change. Would it kill you to give me a heads up when you're coming home? By the sounds of it, talking to Souma. As you wish, the divine tongue, God tongue, will graciously accept your challenge. I'll get in touch with the usual people to come witness the event. See you then, click. And she stands up in her pencil skirt. Miss Arena. Okay, so she's got the cut hair. Clearly, we've had another time skip. So, wait a minute now. We've literally had more than one time skip. Now we're into a whole nother time skip. What? Like, 2 time skips within 3 chapters. I don't care that it's monthly and we get like 30, 40 pages. That's ridiculous. There was no point in doing a double time skip. You could have told your story. Once again, the whole Asya being the brother thing doesn't even matter anyways. So we got here. Moderator Keishan Prime, probably the only one watching right now. Oh no, there's 3 people watching apparently, so that's a thing. Just grab your fork and knife and just eat this chapter. Well, I don't have a fork and knife, but I got a pen and a watch. I mean, I'm sure I can scoop. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing there. Yeah, no knife and fork in the office, which surprising, honestly. And everyone who does end up watching this later, because clearly this isn't going to be a great turnout, go check out Keishan Prime's channel. link is not in the description down below, but on all the podcasts and stuff. So, stone skipping on water apparently. Lol is what Keishan says in the live chat. Okay, I mean, well, we'll see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna continue with the chapter here for a minute. So just off the cuff, by the sounds of it, Souma comes home. Maybe it's months at a time or something, but he comes home and he challenges Arena like he always said he would do. Make her say delicious. That's always been his shtick. So, and she's going to call the usual people to come witness the event. I'm assuming that's the Polar Star dorm. That's what I'm going to assume. So, let's see. So, Arena's new look. Once again, the time skip was not necessary, but Arena's new look. I like the look. I don't like the hair. The hair's dumb. Hisako, actually, her hair, which is just that little bit longer. Like, it can't be considered short hair. And with the glasses and stuff, she looks very professional. Pencil skirt, the blouse, the whole bit. The iPad in her hand. That looks good. She looks far better than Arena. Arena looked better for the rest of the series. Keishan said, it was in response to the multiple time skips. Sorry. Oh, no big deal, dude. Yeah, stone skipping on water, apparently. Yeah. Now I get the reference now. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So, Miss Arena, I should contact the usuals. Yes, I'll send out an email immediately. There's no way in this goddamn day and age. Shokugeki no Soma takes place roughly in the 2010s of some variety. It might not be current time. It might be like 2015, 2016. But it does take place in the current era. This is clearly something like 5-10 years in between. Maybe 6 years. Maybe 10 years. I don't know. But it's clearly a time skip, another time skip. There's no way they're using email to contact people. They would have cell phone numbers and even goddamn Snapchat and Facebook Messenger. There's no way they're emailing all the people of the Polar Star dorm. They'd be sending text messages, or a group chat or something. I don't buy that email thing. I really don't. I mean, I suppose a lot of businesses, like I work for the government, so a lot of businesses still do that, but emails feel so damn dated. That sounds really dated to me. So she contact the usuals. Excellent, Hisako, please do. So she starts typing away on her iPad, but she's using dinosaur technology of email, and says, I wonder how many will be able to attend this time. I hope everyone is doing well. And then we see someone smacking their chest, and it's Satoshi Ishiki, one of the best chefs who got nerfed, who got no... guys, for those of you who don't know, one of my favorite characters in the series, and he got shafted. Kudos to you, dude, for sticking through such a shaft. Yeah, because he really did. He got shafted hard, ladies and gentlemen. Like, he was played up to be way better than his position, but we never really see him do better. Like, we saw hints of it, and we saw hints of it in the Great Battle in the Regiment de Cuisine, but then he didn't prosper after that. Like, they were so focused on main characters in the series that they never let the other characters develop when there was such great foreshadowing for them to be far superior to what they currently are. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of what they're doing here. But either way, that's an arc problem. That's not this chapter problem. So let's just keep reading. He says he reads the texts or the email, I guess, and says, "What? He's coming home? Dang it! If I had known a little sooner, I could have taken the day off and flown up to Tokyo." Clearly, he's not in Tokyo anymore. We have a little description here. He's now currently 26 years old. He gained his independence when he was the first in the Ishiki family's long history to be granted permission to establish his own branch restaurant. Because, as we know, he's from a very prestigious family that they get into the family dilemma sort of idea. But he can open it under the family name, but it's his own. That's a big step. He's currently gaining popularity in Kyoto culinary circles as a master of blending the traditional with the fresh and few. Okay, wait a minute. I know Japan's a little, like, it's not small or anything, but you're telling me you can't. If he had known a little sooner, I could have taken the day off and flown up to Tokyo. I mean, I suppose what he's saying is he couldn't drop what he's doing, but I'm thinking, okay, he's far away. I mean, the background should have clued me in that he wasn't. But really, he can't just fly to Tokyo. He can't leave it to his second in command. You can't tell me that Satoshi Ashiki doesn't have some middle management that takes care of the day to day, and he might want to get his hands dirty a lot, but that seems ridiculous that he couldn't make it. In all honesty, like at the drop of a hat, that's like basically saying that a millionaire, like people think it's crazy, but like Robert Downey Jr. in the Iron Man series or Christian Grey in the 50 Shades of Grey or whatever, they can basically drop business meetings at the drop of a hat because they are who they are, and they can just jump on a plane and go. You can't tell me that this guy can't. Like that, something about that just feels weird. I don't know. Then we get Kuga. Here's Kuga, who's saying, 26 years old. Sorry, no can do. I'm literally getting on a plane to China. Okay, that makes more sense. He's literally in the airport heading to China. That one makes a little more sense. That he's got an obligation where he's literally getting on a plane. Makes a little more sense. After graduation, he was contracted to work with multiple 5-star hotels in Shanghai, Tokyo, Hawaii, and other popular resort destinations. He currently owns 5 Chinese restaurants, serving as the head chef of all of them. See, it's one of those things where, I mean, he's technically the head chef, of course, but it like somebody else is clearly like the shop doesn't open and close when he's not there. So there's clearly another, there's a middle management chef, like I was saying about Satoshi. There's a middle management chef clearly that runs the day-to-day in his restaurants, because right now he's going on a plane. You tell him that, oh, the head chef ain't here. Well, nobody gets to eat until he shows up in Hawaii. Like, no, that makes no sense. So, owning a restaurant and being the head chef of a restaurant, he might have jurisdiction as the owner, but there's clearly another head chef of each restaurant when he's not there, is what I'm trying to say, because otherwise that would be ridiculous. Let's see. Continuing on, we get, it looks like Megami. Oh, he's been inspired to create another new recipe. That's so neat. Okay, I don't like Megami's new hair. It looks flat and greasy. And Nene is with her? Okay, and is that Megami's mother in the background? I guess so. Alright, Megami Nene, it's time to prepare to open. Okay, let's see what this is about. Nene is decided to study Japanese cooking traditions outside of the Kinokuni family. Of course, that's her family. Wheelhouse, she's currently traveling the country, training at various different restaurants. Okay, so maybe she's at Megami's family restaurant, a diner, I'm going to assume. Megami is with Megami as head chef. Her family's traditional inn has grown notorious as one of the most difficult restaurants in the Northeast at which to get a reservation. Okay, because of course her cooking is outstanding, sort of idea. I get that. Okay. During the off season, she spends her time helping at Hanako's restaurant, Kirinoi, and learning the ins and outs of being a restaurant owner. Okay, so she's working together with Hanako, but she's also the head chef of her family's inn. And of course, if you serve the best food in town, sort of idea, people are always going to know that, right? So it's a name brand thing, you know. Totsuki is basically a name brand, so this is starting to make sense. Clearly, Nene is just passing through, and she's there studying, as Nene's description says, that she's traveling the world to try, or the Japanese cooking to try to figure it all out, right? Let's see what else we're into. So clearly, that's clearly her mother or her aunt or whatever. Says, oh, I wish I had had the chance to get to know you sooner. Tee-hee-hee-hee. It's so wonderful to meet you, Nene. And that's the mother talking to Nene. Now, okay, so we're jumping through. See, this is kind of what a final chapter of a shonen is supposed to be. It really is, guys. Because when you look at it, you got all the major aspects. You had your time skip, like forgetting Le Dessert 1 and 2, whatever. But here we're getting an honest the final chapter of Bleach, the final chapter of Naruto, the final chapter of what will be eventually One Piece, the final chapter of Dragon Ball Z, the final chapter of all of them, Himura Kenshin. All of these, you always have your time skip, and then you basically go through the motions of, it's been a lot of years, and then you go through, these people are doing this. Oh, how's this character doing? How are these characters doing? That's what you usually get in a shonen. And this is finally, even though people complain about it, at least we're finally getting something. Though I will say that so far, everyone's basically, okay, everybody owns a restaurant. Everybody's a head chef. Like, all these unique characters getting the exact same, like, I don't know. It seems, I mean, yeah, they're chefs, but they're all so unique in their personalities and stuff. But everyone just seems, oh, I own 5 restaurants. I own 6 restaurants. I'm a head chef. I'm a head chef. You know, feels a little lackluster, to be honest. So let's see here. Oh, I wish I had a chance to know you sooner. Okay, so then we jump in and we're seeing, okay, we have Ikumi, we have Yuki, and we have Aizen. Aizen has definitely a different hairstyle. It suits him. He's looking more like Aizen with an A sort of idea, you know, with the A and the E switched around. Let's see. For some reason the thing won't load. Okay, there we go. Oi, how about? Alright, clearly this they're clearly venomous in each other's throats. Let's see. Oi, how about upping the discount a little? Show some generosity, Miss Mito Group owner. Think of the customers, would ya? And Akumi says to Aizen, I'm already giving a big discount. How about you think of something besides your commission? And then you have Yuki say, come on guys, be nice. K? Oh hey, a text from security girl, being Nako. Let's see what the description says. It says, these 3 recently started a joint meat distribution business. Sorry, I don't know why I read that so weird. So, okay, that makes sense. The businessman and the meat girls kind of, okay, makes sense. So, let's see. Ibusaki and Sakaki, some of the other former Polar Star dorm residents have signed on to venture as culinary advisors. Okay. Alright. I mean, that's pretty cool. Yuki kind of seems out of place a little bit for it. That's just me, but maybe she brings something to the table, like she's the middle man sort of idea, or the middle woman in this case. So, okay, now we have Hayama. Okay, Hayama Akira. All right. He cut off his ponytail. That's something. So the sense you detect with your nose, of course, is talking about nose. And sense combined with the smells you perceive with your mouth and tongue and produce the flavor we taste, blah blah blah. Okay, so he's clearly teaching at a seminar or something. He quickly piling up an impressive portfolio on the theory and interactions of aroma and the human olfactory. Since he has already earned a position at Totsuki as an instructor. Okay, so Hayama became a Totsuki instructor. You know what? That suits him. That's pretty good. He's also received an invitation from Gin Dojima to someday work in the administration at the Totsuki Resort hotels. Well, of course, like here's a big problem with the rivals in this series, guys, is that you basically had Takumi, and you had Ryo, and you had Hayama. Now, out of them, Ryo and Hayama were toted up with the autumn election. Those 3 were going to change the world. They were supposed to be like they were basically supposed to be the Vegetas to Souma's Goku, you know? You were supposed to have your Vegeta and your, I don't know, who's the other rival, you know? It's hard to say, but they were supposed to be the bit of the trifecta, you know, like the Monster Trio, Zoro, Sanji, Luffy. They were supposed to be like that. And they weren't, and it never went down that way, and it should have. Like, Ryo was basically written out. Akira seems to be doing okay, but like they should have been there at the blue competition. They should have. I mean, I know I'm complaining about arcs of problems, but It just makes me mad because the series could have gone on way longer than 300 chapters. We could have been into the 400 chapter mark had they doubled down on the rivalry between Ryo, Hayama, and Souma, always being just one step ahead of each other every single arc. That could have built up for a whole new arc. And disappointment. Okay, so now we're jumping over to, let's see. Florence, Italy. That's where we're jumping over to. So we have the Takumi brothers by the looks of it. Takumi and Izami, and equally skilled as chefs, the two continue to grow and gain fame as the twin stars of Trattoria Aldani. A few times each year, they travel to Japan to open up a pop-up restaurant. Quick side note, a pop-up restaurant is a restaurant open in a temporary spot for a limited amount of time only. Such places are often run by famous chefs invited for just that purpose. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure most of you guys know what a pop-up restaurant is. You sure you haven't forgotten anything, big bro? No, I have everything. Let's make this trip successful. Oh, a text. What luck. He'll be coming back to Japan right when we'll be there. So apparently they're going back to Japan anyway. So at the very least, so far we've seen a bunch of no's. People aren't showing up. But Takumi and his brother are going to show up. So that's cool. We see... Is this their parents? Perfect. I'm even more excited about going now. Let's go, Isami. Right behind you. See you later, Mom and Dad. Okay, so there's the Mom and Dad. They look like a Mom and Dad. It looks like I don't need to worry about Takumi anymore. When he went to Totsuki Institute, it seems he found friends who are very good for him. Okay, like, that is a totally unnecessary... Maybe I'm missing, like, one-off line from the very beginning of the series. But what? What? So, he worried about Takumi, a character we never met, worried about Takumi for going to Totsuki and worried about him and what he was going to do. And now, but thankfully, he met good friends. But, like, that's out of nowhere. You know what I mean, guys? That's out of nowhere. We never knew there was any worry on the father's side. We never met these characters. Why say something like that? It makes no sense. That only makes sense if there was this whole character arc where we saw the father worried about sending his sons to Totsuki because he worried about Takumi's upbringing or something. I don't remember that. Maybe I'm full of shit right now. Maybe I'm not remembering because I haven't reread the first few volumes of Shokugeki in a long time. But I never remember the father being involved in anything, ever mentioned. So this is a throwaway line that I'm just like, no. That's weird. As you can see, guys, I finished my beer, but you guys didn't think I didn't come for this prepared. Of course I did. Freezer beer, ladies and gentlemen. It stays ice cold for about 25-30 minutes, and you can still open it just fine. There we go. So we're going to pour ourselves another beer so I don't have to get up. We will continue this chapter read through. Honestly, I'm very... thank you to Keishan for jumping in and watching and being part of the chat and stuff. That's great. But honestly, usually I get like 4 or 5 people in here that are very active in the chat, and I'm a little surprised. It's a Friday night, you know. I mean, I understand. I suppose people might be doing way more exciting things on a Friday night than watching a YouTube stream. But yeah, I'm a little surprised by this. I thought this would be a bigger turnout considering my Shokugeki no Soma subscriber base, but that's fine. It happens. I hope everybody enjoys this live stream afterwards, and I will, as I said at the beginning of the stream, guys, I will be reviewing this properly. It'll probably be very short because I'm going through this literally line by line in the live reaction. So I will be reviewing this behind the bar for behind the bar reviews. The last one, that's kind of tough, but I will be doing that. So, and I'll be probably doing that after this live stream. So. Also got to do that One Piece goddamn review, damn. But there's so much to talk about with that one. But I'm just really far behind. It was a busy week. So, anyways, I think we can jump back in. I don't see no new viewers, no new chat. Usually this is so broken up. I did a off the cuff One Punch Man live reaction thing, and I had like 7-8 people in there constantly talking. I couldn't get through the chapter. I couldn't get through a page without talking. So this feels weird because I'm passionate about this, but I don't know. Anyways, let's see. It looks like I don't need to worry. All right, the father stuff. So jumping over it. Oh, it's Rindo. It's Rindo. Okay, we like Rindo. We all like Rindo, don't we? We know she's wearing black underwear. We like Rindo. Totsuki Resort Hotel. Totsuki Villa. I just got a text from Secretary Girl. She says Nakia is taking him up on another challenge. Okay, so they're included, the Elite 10 members originally, because they're... Okay, so they were seeing the first seat, the second seat. I think she was the fourth. No, she was the fifth seat. If we weren't all stuck here as judges, we could have been witnesses too. Oh, so they can't go. So Tsukasa, Rindo. Oh wow, there's Saito and Megashima. Okay, all right. Prove you're all worthy to survivors of the rigors of the Hell Camp. Okay, Megashima clearly got his hair cut or something. I don't think I like. He looks like thinner. He almost looks younger. Like he looked older in the last arc than he does right now. Saito with his haircut, I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. He looks like a wannabe, not like a real samurai sushi chef anymore. Let's see. Keisha Prime says, you'll get them in the VOD, I'm sure. Video after delivery? No, the VOD. In the vid? I don't know, man. I am so behind times and lingo, so you'll have to explain VOD to me. Maybe I'm just... it's been a long week. Good One Piece chapter for sure. Yeah, I did read the One Piece chapter. I'd love to talk about it here, but I've got a whole review planned. That review is probably going to be half an hour long. I'm going to try to harness my inner teching and try to, make a nice long review, because there are so many things, as you would know, Keishan, that I called it. I called it on our podcast together. So, yeah, there's a lot to talk about with that shit. So, let's see. Let's continue here. I don't even know what page we're on, but so we got Megashima, we got Saito, we got what's her name, that Momo, whatever, Tsukasa and Rindo. So let's see. I wonder if anybody here is good enough to recruit at my restaurant. Come on, move it. There ain't much time left on the clock, All 5 have opened their own restaurants, of course, and have earned stars from the WGO. They don't say how many stars, but of course they would. A Momo, really? I mean, I know she's supposed to be good, but I don't know. Like Tsukasa and Rindo, of course, and Megashima, but Saito and I don't know. Currently, they're serving as guest judges for the Totsuki annual Hell Camp, and there's Gin right there. Oh well, he's not actually there at the Hell Camp, it seems. That's the next page, but. So none of those 5 are going to go, but those are the 5, that's pretty cool. Rindo didn't, change her look at all. Neither really did Tsukasa or Momo, really. Momo looks like she cut her hair a bit. Megashima looks way younger, and Saito looks like a wannabe, but, yeah. We see a phone shaking. There's Gin. Of course, he wouldn't change too much. But he says, it's been how many weeks since he was last home? It appears he's inherited his father's wanderlust. Joshiro, your son grows more and more like you every day. Then that's a good thing. New York, Manhattan. And we see Joshiro here with some chefs. And no. I should get something stronger. A man bun? Really? Really? Uh, I see a new chat, Keishan. Video on demand. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Keishan. Sorry. Yeah, video on demand. That makes total sense. I'm brain dead right now. Probably from reading this wannabe Shokugeki no Soma conclusion. What? Like, okay, and then we jump over to Alice. So Gin was told, but Joshiro looks like he wasn't. That makes no freaking sense. Like, and then so Joshiro's gonna don't give Joshiro the best chef in the universe of Shokugeki no Soma. Not the best chef in anime. There's better, but Joshiro, who never actually got to shine and redeem himself, is what, a man bun? Like, the ponytail thing worked for him, but it even says his age, 48, and he's got a man bun. What are you doing? Man buns, I mean, he's Japanese, so he can do the top knot he wants all day, but a man bun, he had a ponytail for 315 chapters, and it was fine. Now all of a sudden you want to give him a man bun? Man bun is the white man's, the Western's idea of looking cool and hip, and it's stupid. Even when I had long hair, as you guys know from my previous channel, I put my hair up in a Gannicus from Spartacus. I put my hair in a ponytail. I slicked my hair back. I did a lot of things with my long hair. You never caught me with no goddamn man bun. I would sooner put my hair in pigtails with little tufts coming out the sides than I would put my hair in a man bun. That looks fucking stupid. How did they ruin? They literally, last chapter of the series, and they somehow took a cooking knife, and wanted to burn me, cut me, gut me. Oh, that's bad. That looks so bad. That ruins everything. That ruins so much for me. Oh, dear Jesus, sweet God in heaven. Okay, let's just read about this butchery now. At least Alice has long hair. She got some fucking sense. Currently revitalizing his career. Okay, first off, every word of that statement is false. Joshiro was still known as goddamn Joe, the chef. Tell me he fell off the face of the earth? No, he didn't. So that's wrong. As a traveling chef who can make any customer swoon, he was already doing that. No matter what country they're from, he was doing that. If the fare is higher class or low brow, he was already doing that. He literally did that for years. He never stopped. From the beginning of the series till now, that's what he was doing. So there's no currently revitalizing. He was already doing that. So that's a false... I don't know where the authors get off on this shit. Clearly they're trying to tap into their hentai days or something. The rumor is that he used to have his own restaurant. That's a rumor? My God, what are they playing at here? The rumor is that he used to have his own restaurant, but he's since passed it on to his son. The truth is not public knowledge. Yukihira, Joshiro Yukihira. Yukihira Diner in Japan from a Japanese man. And a world-renowned chef known as who can literally pass through airport security with a knife because he's Chef Souma Yukihira. This chapter was doing okay. This one panel is making me like Lead Desert 2 was worse. So I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. I don't know what I expected, but this. Oh, I'm tired. I am tired of seeing. Like, how did you fuck that up? You could have just said, he continues to do what he was doing, and he left Yukihira to Souma. You could have just summarized what we all assumed before we read this. Instead, this whole panel's a piece of shit. It really is. This whole panel is just butchery. It's just an insult to the fans of the series. So far, the chapter's been really good, though. I can't fault it for one thing. Like, the chapter, of course, with 30-odd pages is going to go on a little too long, of course, and they're going to have more chances to fuck it all up, and clearly they did. But it's not terrible. It's the father of the main character. Whatever. Let's move on to Alice. Nakira Mansion Gardens. Well, guess who's coming home? Rio, you know we have to be there. Okay, so clearly Rio and Alice are still together and they're going to go. And Alice looks way better than Arena now with her long hair. Appointed to the position of site manager at Nakira International last year, she spends her days immersed in researching ways to make high-level molecular gastronomy practical and affordable for common families and an average restaurant. Well, that's a good goal. That's really nice of her. Like, she's trying to do that. That's nice. That's good. I like that. Rio, 25 years old, he continues to serve as Alice's reliable aide while simultaneously working on improving his own skill as a chef. So he's still a chef. He also dabbles in marine biology, of course, because he's the fish dude. Researching the effects of climate change on the world's oceans and looking for more sustainable fishing practices. All right. Excuse me, guys. That's what beer will do. He'll burp. Okay. So, moving on from Joshiro. Okay. Rio is a full-time butler by the looks of it. But he's improving his own skill. And apparently he's into marine biology. And he's trying to figure out better ways to fish. Which is great because we have a serious problem, guys. Like, I literally work at here in Nova Scotia, Canada, I work at the Bedford Institute of Oceanography. One of the leading people in oil spills, actually, and oil research in the oceans in the world. And we also do like Canadian Coast Guard and fishing practices and stuff like that. So I know I've dabbled in that myself. And it is a serious problem. Like, yes, we all love fish in the supermarket and stuff, but some of the methods are wrong. Some of the way they farm is wrong. Some of the, so there's got to be better ways to, continue the circle of life without actually impeding and, on the environment sort of idea. So I'm glad they brought that up. That's very true. And so let's see, Rio, they're standing like a butler, like a boss. Rio, another very mistreated character. Him, Hayama, and Ishiki are the three most, or Satoshi, are the three most mistreated characters, I think. I mean, Joshiro a little bit, but these three are the most mistreated in the entire series. But I'm glad to see him looking very dapper. And he says, Miss, you're scheduled to appear at the Molecular Gastronomy Society's meeting that day, It'll be fine. I can just drop in with a quick hi and bye. Okay, so by the sounds of it, they're gonna go. But maybe not. I don't know. You're totally coming too, right, Asahi? Heck no. I've got 3 classes to teach that day. Are you kidding me? Asahi Nakira. So apparently he doesn't recognize. I guess he's fine with being a Nakiria. And not worrying about being, Joshiro's stepson anymore. Apparently that's not a thing. The moment you find out he's 28, so he's actually quite a bit older. He's the same age as me, actually. God damn it, I'm old. And he says here, his life has taken many twists and turns since he washed his hands of his past as a cuisiner noir. That was never a thing. It was the noir chefs or dark chefs, but whatever. But a few years, that could just be a translation thing. But a few years ago, he was finally recognized as an official member of the family. A few years ago. How many years has it been? If he's 28 now, wait, if everybody if everybody so far, like Rio's 25, in Lead Desert, like 1 stuff, they would have only been like 18, 19. So it's been like six plus years since the other Lead Desert chapters. So, but a few years ago, a few being 2 to 3, or some people think 3 to 4. So for the first couple of years, he wasn't even recognized as a family member. That'd be a more interesting story than what we fucking got. He currently teaches several cooking practices at both the middle school and high school levels at Totsuki. Wait a minute, they have middle school and high school levels of Totsuki? Okay, I don't know why I didn't think they would, but okay. Has quickly become one of the most popular teachers at the institute. Okay. Okay. This character does not deserve a redemption arc. This is what made Le Desert 2 so terrible. Is that Asahi is a shitty person who had a bad upbringing. And once again, villains, this is a huge problem in a lot of stories, not just manga, but in anime and video games and TV and movies and all of it. In comic books, if you have a shitty upbringing, it doesn't give you the right to destroy the world. Okay? A villain, you can sympathize with a villain that has a crappy upbringing. It doesn't justify them taking it out on people. Like, oh, well, my mom didn't love me and my dad died, so I want to blow up New York. Blowing up New York is not okay, right? Or whatever, right? Blowing up the world, blowing up the universe. I want to just kill all humanity. They're glorifying this character, who is not a good character. He was a shitty villain, shitty character. He's a shitty person. And they gave him an off-screen redemption arc that he didn't deserve. You imagine if Aizen became the captain of the Gotei 13? Like the head? Like, oh, well, we feel bad for you because we understand that Aizen, Sosuke, you couldn't find anybody to match your intelligence, so you always felt ostracized. So you wanting to do all the shit you did for 700 chapters of Bleach is fine, and we'll reinstitute. We won't put you back in Mook, and you'll be fine. That's what they did here. Madara, like even Naruto, which is a shitty goddamn manga in my opinion, you don't see anybody forgiving Madara and putting Madara back. Like, oh, Madara, you could be the 6th Hokage now. It's fine, or the 7th, or the 8th, or whatever they're up to now. I didn't pay enough attention because it was a crappy series, but. It's like redeeming Akainu. He killed Ace. You know, like I can't wrap my head around how everybody's okay with this. It's not okay. This dude should be in jail. He's literally a criminal. They describe the noir chefs as literal underground criminals working with mafia, yakuza, the cartel, criminals, and they themselves are criminals. He literally kidnapped Arena and did a bunch of other crap. Like, no. Every part of this makes me mad. Every single fiber of my being is upset at this because you could have just said, oh, well, he tried to redeem himself, so he chose to go to rehabilitation or something. Like, give him some way. Like, you wanted to give him a way out, clearly, but he wasn't a sympathetic character. He's not redeemable. And now, apparently, he can live in luxury and become one of the most popular teachers? Why? Like, what? Listen, it's been a long time since I've been in school. The last time I checked, 2 plus 2 still equaled 4. maybe I'm old, and that hasn't changed. But listen, I know that there's not a whole lot of people watching this live stream right now. I understand that. It's a little disappointing, as I said. But I'm hoping somebody in the live reaction, like the review will be very short, guys. So please check out the live reaction. I'll mention it in the video a few times. But you have to check this out because this is where all my feelings and all my frustration is going to be out. I'll be able to calmly sit down, do my One Piece review, and then do this review again. And I'll be able to objectively look at it as it is because I'm really nitpicking right now. It doesn't feel like I'm nitpicking. I feel like this is a huge flaw. But, yeah. So, anyways. So, we move on here. He sits down like he thinks his shit don't stink. And he says, anyway, forget that. Where's my precious baby sister, Arena, huh? Oh, your precious baby sister. You mean the one you wanted to marry and to FUCK and the one that you kidnapped and the one that you tormented and mentally scarred? That one? God damn it. This is bullshit. She's taking her time and I'm starving. Well, cook something up, mister. I'm the best chef ever. Frickin' loser. Asahi. That sloppy posture is unbefitting of you. Straighten up. This is an official family luncheon. Azami trying to be a parent to a son he never knew 6 years later. This is so bad. This part is really bad. And we get... Wait a minute. We get the... what's his name and what's her name? The actual son and the daughter-in-law. Alice's parents. We get them. I forget their names. But... Okay, wait a minute now. And there's Sanzanaman and Mana. So, it's the entire family. It's the entire family. So, wait a minute. So they're going to have like a Blue Bloods family meeting, like at the dinner table sort of idea. Blue Bloods is a great show. It's Tom Selleck, guys. Go check it out. But... Okay. I'm just going to keep reading for a minute. Man, who cares? It's not like anybody's watching us. That attitude is unacceptable, young man. You are an Akiri now. You must carry yourself in accordance with your station. And then we have the Alice's parents say, spoken just like a father trying to lecture his rebellious son. I believe they say arguing is proof of friendship. Yes. Susanna says, surely, but... slowly but surely, they're behaving like parent and child. Arena shows up. We see Arena smiling. I'm terribly sorry for the wait, everyone. Took you long enough. Let's get this lunch started. Rio, could you serve, please? Yeah, a minute, please. Okay, and then we'll jump over to something else. So, first off, I want to talk about this. This could have been handled so much better. The whole family's together. Mana's forgiven and likes everybody again. Azami the same way. Asahi. This would have been okay had they established this in previous arcs. That they used to have family luncheons, whatever they called it. Like a family get-together lunch, like a barbecue, a Sunday barbecue. Had they established this earlier on in the series, that this is what the Nakiris did, but now, and Arena had just said to Souma, like, confess, like, now it's just me and grandfather, nobody else comes. That would have been a building block. And this scene right here, with all of them at the table, the entire family, would have been an emotional, impactful thing to finish off the series. But since you never established that this is a thing, this feels cheap. Mana being gone forever, like, okay, so clearly she ate one dish that she was satisfied with apparently. And now everybody's good with her again? Even all the evil shit she pulled? Being a bad mother and a bad daughter? Bad wife? Azami being a horrible human being? Asahi literally being a criminal? Oh, that's fine. 6 years ago. This is not realistic. It's like the beginning of the chapter with the airport security and the knife. This ain't realistic. It's fucking stupid. They could have made this. This all would have been fine. I could accept this, even haphazard as it is. Wouldn't change a thing about the scene had they established even one line that said they used to have family dinners together or family lunches on the weekends or something. Just one line of dialogue from Susanoo and Arena to establish that this used to be a thing, but it's no longer a thing since mom left and dad was kicked out and blah, blah, blah. That's all we needed. Then this whole thing could have been, it would have been epic foreshadowing. It could have been brought up a little more in the last arc to call back to previous arcs about this. And then we see it growing when Alice and Arena finally get back together, that Alice goes, you know, when Alice and Arena finally reconvened and weren't enemies anymore, and Alice could have said, hey, you know, I'll, like, and Arena and Alice could have had this conversation, and Alice could have said something like, well, I might not be ready to forgive you yet, but I'll see you at Sunday brunch. And then we would have had more foreshadowing. I understand it's very hard to plan out a manga this way, but your whole thing is cooking. You'd think you would have planned out like a family meal being important. Like getting together as a family around a dinner table being an epic portion of your manga. And throwing this in the last minute feels cheap. That's what it feels. This feels cheap. This feels undeserved. Had we done what I said and had all this foreshadowing, and we never even need to see anything. Just needed throwaway lines from Susanoo and Arena and Alice. Could have established the scene way better. That's all I'm saying. So, let's see. Fanboy. Fanboy's in here. Okay, Fanboy, I knew you'd show up, dude. Do you like the new looks of everyone? Alright. So, and Keishan says, don't get him started on bangs and man buns. Keishan's sticking around. Keishan does not read the series, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, plugging his channel all day. Go check out Keishan Prime's channel. Keishan's playing. He's here. He's here for the long haul. So, yeah, bangs are stupid. Man buns are stupid. But suffice to say, for the most part, yeah, the new looks are fine. I think Arena looked better with long hair and a ponytail, honestly. Rio looks cool. Alice looks cool. Souma looks fine. Most of the other characters look fine. I think Aizen's new haircut looks good. Some of the characters didn't change, though, like Tsukasa and Rindo and stuff. They didn't really change. For the most part, everybody's okay. Like, there was not one design where I was like, bam! Like, Kuga and Nishiki, they didn't change. Megashima looks a little younger, but he didn't really change. We already saw Saito's new haircut, and I'm not a fan, but who else? Yeah, Joshiro with the man bun, no. But a lot of the characters' haircuts also didn't really change, so, but overall, everybody's okay. Everybody's okay. Couple of bad ones, couple of good ones, you know. So, yeah, I think that's all the chat. Don't get them started on bangs and man buns. Yeah, it's true. It's very true. So, moving on, we're jumping over to Summery Street Market several days later. And we see the Yukihira family restaurant, and there's Arena. Arena's walking in. She says, no way, the shutter is already up. He actually arrived on time for once. I'm impressed. So clearly Arena shows up for these challenges. They show up at the diner. They show up at the family restaurant, the Yukihira diner. Generally speaking, it sounds like to me that they show up at that location to do the challenge, and Arena usually has to be the one to open it up, sort of idea. But clearly Souma's here, and she opens the door, and nope. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Oh, is that the granddad? Oh, please tell me that's the... Oh, it totally looks like him. There you are. Is he alive? Like, why? Where has he been then? Where's he been? Like, we saw him in the flashback, but he was never mentioned in the main series. There you are, Arena. Oh my, what brings you here? Nothing much, nothing much. Just got a call from the grandkid is all. Oh, okay, it is him, it is him. He's looking older than he was, but now I know it's been years since I retired from Yukihira, but if I didn't come here to clean the place up every once in a while, I'd probably go senile. Okay, so he's one of those effective, like what my dad wants to eventually do. He owns the electrical company I work for. Basically, he wants me and my brother to take over one day, and he just sits back kind of on his laurels and be like, he checks in once in a while, sort of idea, but he doesn't actually involve himself in the company. Same idea. I get it. Okay, yeah. So Kazusaito Yukihira, 71 years old. For years after passing the Yukihira restaurant to Joshiro, which is how we know it, he stayed on as a secondary chef, helping out in the kitchen. Why wouldn't we have known about him then? That feels tacked on. Maybe I'm judging this a little too harsh. But that feels really tacked on that we never knew about this other chef, because if he was the secondary chef and someone was willing to work there, Joshiro decided to leave, then there were still 2 chefs in the kitchen of a little family diner. That makes no sense that he would close it up and, Grandpa would just be like, what the hell? Grandkid left? Son-in-law left? What about me? Like that. That feels tacked on. Feels a little tacked on, guys. Nowadays, he enjoys a leisurely, retired life at his home, several stations down the line from the restaurant. Okay, fine, whatever. So besides the place needs it, what with the boys, oh, so both of them, Joshiro and Souma's tendencies to just wander off to who knows where at the drop of a hat. Raina says, I see. Will you be joining us this afternoon then, grandfather? Grandfather? Oh. So they know each other, and she calls him grandfather. Wait a minute. Keisha Prime said he was so secondary he was invisible. Lol. You're not wrong. I'm going to call it a retcon, but you're not wrong. Takes away from the premise of the story a little bit. Yeah, okay. Well, since there's only 3 people in here, and I'm probably one of them, come to think of it, so there's probably only Fanboy and Keisha Prime in here right now. Love you guys. But I'm going to go use the washroom then. And I'll be right back. And then we will continue the chapter. What's up, guys? Alright. Oh, you guys kept the... Look at you, Keishan and Fanboy, keeping the chat alive while I was gone for all of 3 minutes. Maybe not even that much. Alright, let's see. Talking about taking the piss. Okay, Keishan. Okay. Puns. I get them. Yeah. Fanboy says, I give this chapter a 7 out of 10 at best. You know what? In all honesty, I'll agree with you. I don't think the chapter so far is actually bad. I think I said it at the beginning of this. We really get... how do I describe it? This is a classic shonen ending, with the time skip and everything and seeing what all the characters are doing. I'm just simply nitpicking and having problems with the direction that the characters have been taken right now. So maybe that's just me. But anyways, let's see. Keisha says, I don't read it, but it's on my backlog. Keisha, this is a fantastic series. As I said, for those of you out there who are going to watch this later, and for those watching right now, I don't hate this series. I love this series. It's the reason I've reviewed this series since way back when. Way back in chapter 130 is when I started reviewing this series. And then my old channel got deleted, and now here we are. But I've been reviewing the series a very long time. I own all the current volumes up to volume 31. And I'm going to buy the rest of the series, even the last shitty-ass arc that we got. So, remember that, guys. That everything I do is it might be nitpicking and stuff, but it comes from a place of passion and love for the series, and I'm disappointed. The only reason somebody can get angry or get disappointed or get upset about something happening in a fictional world, in a manga, in a movie or something, is because you're passionate about said movie or manga. It's a simple fact. You can't, like me with Naruto, I can just disregard all the problems. I can just be like, yeah, it's shitty. Because I don't like Naruto. Since I don't like it and don't care about it, I don't have to get passionate about it. Simple as that. Since I'm not passionate, I can be like, oh, well, there's all these problems in Naruto. I'm like, yeah, Naruto sucks. So and if someone wants to argue that, I'll just sit there and I don't get upset. I don't get hyped. Because, that's what it is. So, yeah, definitely, Keishan, read the whole series. Fantastic series. Overall. Last arc was terrible. Let's see. So now we're down here. So, yeah, the grandfather thing. That's what we were on. Okay, so while I was taking the piss, as Keisha put it, taking the piss, calling someone else's grandfather, that usually implies, okay, maybe your Reina and Souma have a little bit of an arrangement. Maybe a little bit of the, I mean, I'm not seeing anything so far, but could be. We just don't know. And it could be a translation thing, guys, so maybe I'm reading too much hype, but as an Arena Soma shipper, which is what 90% of the fan base for Shokugeki no Soma is. Okay. All right. So, let's see. We got Granddad saying, nope, going with the senior club on a trip starting today. Tell the boys I'll be back in a week, would you? Okay, so Reina waves goodbye. So is Joshiro going to show up? Because he keeps saying the boys, as in, I'm assuming his son-in-law and his grandson. So, interesting. Then we jump over. We see the granddad is in. I gotta say, you're a sweet young lady to continue to accommodate that boy whenever he's got some new recipe in his head. Okay, but he didn't say you're a good, granddaughter-in-law, or you're a good wife, or you're a good girlfriend. So maybe the grandfather thing was just a little off the cuff. But don't feel like you're obligated to, okay? If it's a pain in the tush, make sure you tell him so. Rena says, huh? Oh no, it's not a bother at all. Besides, he's an alumnus and a former first seat. As a dean, it's my duty to support our alumni as well as our students. Well, whatever way you want to justify it, have fun. Well, I think my hopes are dashed. I think my hopes have been dashed, guys. I can feel that kitchen knife just twisting a little bit. Just a little bit on the left side there. Because, yeah, I read too much into that grandfather thing. I don't think they're together. I don't think they're together yet. Shit. Come on. Come on, this is the last chapter. We know they're destined to be together. The whole, you need to increase your cooking. You need to find someone you want to cook for thing. Come on. That's what the only good thing coming out of the last arc was that. Jesus. Let's see. Okay, so Reina's sitting alone now in the restaurant. And says, and she's monologuing to herself, saying, I do feel it's my duty as Dean of the Institute. But is that really all it is? Back when we were both still third years, and I found the note you left saying that you were suddenly going abroad, I was absolutely infuriated. I think I know now why that was. Okay, and we're seeing the flashback. I'm going to the train, probably overseas or something. I'll be back in a couple months. Souma. Yeah, okay. So we're seeing from Lead Desert 1, which... we have Lu Jun Dong. If I said that wrong, dude, I'm sorry. Says in the chat, if the series ended when he became first seat, wouldn't the ending be better? If you're referring to the end of the Regiment du Cuisine, I think we still needed some form of epilogue after the fact. I agree. I don't think we really needed the blue noir arc. Or if we did, we needed it structured literally 100% different. But if you're referring to the end of the Regiment du Cuisine, we still would have needed, at the end of the Regiment du Cuisine, it would have been fine if we had another 10, 20 chapters after that to kind of bring out this Lead Desert thing, this epilogue, into a long ending. So, yeah. I mean, I would have liked that better, yes. I don't think we needed the last arc in its entirety, no. But we could have had that arc done so much better. Yeah, so... let's see. Keishan says, probably just an odd use of Oji, aka grandfather, yeah, in Japanese, but others use it as a term of endearment as well as regardless of relationship. That is true, but I just mean that generally speaking, when you see that in Japanese culture, in manga, and as well as in our Western culture, like, it's very true. Like, I will call my my friends' grandparents that I've known for a very long time, I'll still call them, like, grandma or whatever, like, hey, grandma, how's it going? So you're absolutely right, and I have no relation to that family outside of being one of their close friends of their grandson, sort of idea. So you're right in saying that. But it's a little more prevalent in Japanese culture to only use those when it's either someone really close to the family, like a long-term friend, someone that took care of you for a long time, like a Kawamatsu Hiyori thing. Outside of that, it just, as I said, I clearly, as you said, Kishin, they did use it that way. I clearly read too much into it. Let's see. Let's continue on the monologue of Arena, because I'm so far I'm liking this. Let's see. Next page. I always thought you'd be there with me, cooking and competing whenever we wanted, but instead you left without a word to anyone, not even me. To me, that was ... And then we see Souma in a taxi, being driven forward and stuff. Oh, you know what? This feels kind of sad. I'll give it that. This feels a little sad because it's right. Like, Arena, like, at the end of the last arc, Souma's whole thing was like, we're here for you, and the whole problem with Arena's character was she didn't recognize that even after all the last arc. To me, just did not happen, but because it just makes no sense for any character within it. But the fact of the matter is that, yeah, I can get where Arena's coming from. Like, someone was always there saying, like, I'm going to make you say delicious and stuff, not leave for years on end or months on end and not be around. He kind of knew, like, he had to pull her out of so many situations. Someone should have recognized that a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. Didn't say anything, that's... Yeah. I get that. I do. I feel for Arena in this one. But Arena's back to her normal character, not like she was in the last arc. So, Fanboy says, what do you think is Soma's skill level in this chapter? Soma's probably one of the highest chefs. The only ones topping him are probably, we never saw it, but I would assume Senzanaman, Joshiro, and Gin. And Shinomiya. Those four are probably the only chefs above him right now. Because remember, if he's gotten better, they've gotten better. I mean, it's one of those things. It's a power scale, right? So I'm gonna go on. Yeah, I'm gonna go on. He's in the top 5 of the best chefs in the world right now. I could be wrong, but he's in that tier, and he's in their tier. Like, it's one of those things where, like, Gin and Joshiro actually lost to Gin quite a few times too, right? It's just that the overwhelming wins on Joshiro's side were far greater, but it doesn't mean Gin never won. So there is that, right? Gin did beat Joshiro before. So in the same breath, I think Soma might be able to beat a few people. And once again, I'm also saying that I think Senzanaman is really good, but might not be. So let's see. So Soma's driving in the taxi cab. Says, back when he and I first met, what was it he said to me? Oh, he's talking about Asiya. And he says something about how the trick to being a better chef was finding someone who means so much you want to give them the best food you ever made, or something like that. Anyways, that's your dad's advice. Why is he crediting? God, the last arc is terrible. God, the last arc is so goddamn terrible. Because it ruins so many established things. His father told him that. And if he didn't, even off screen, then this is ridiculous. Because that's Joshiro's advice. It's what shaped all of Asahi. No. He's crediting the wrong person. So, okay, we're into flashback because there's Soma's mom. There's Joshiro saying, it's a recipe that hit me yesterday. Here, try this. Good stuff. You always come up with the greatest ideas, my love. So clearly they're already together. Oh, and there's little baby Soma being all jealous of the affection that daddy's getting, sort of idea. And clearly he makes something because he says, Mommy, look, I made something too. What did you think? Is it better than daddy's? Whose is yummier? And then... she eats it and says, well, looks like daddy is still the better one. And Soma is shocked to his core. He's like, oh, that can't be. That's not possible, And we see here, after challenging Dad to a cooking contest became a daily thing for me. Dad, I challenge you. Oh, sure, bring it on. So that's where it started. And that, actually, I like that. I like that, guys. That makes a lot of sense. Because... Soma, like, where did that whole being the better chef between dad come from? It came from a very simple childhood jealousy. Like, oh, I want mommy to say that my dish is better than daddy's. So I'm going to, until, that it's childish and it fits Soma's character completely. This is what we need from a final chapter. This is the kind of stuff. One page has already made me happy. One page of showcasing how the whole cooking competition started between Soma and his father. And it's so simplistic, but it fits the characters. You don't need to overcomplicate things when the characters don't need it. These are not complicated characters in that regard. Soma is very simplistic, and this matches. This is really good. I like this. Let's see. So Soma, clearly now a little older, looks to be 12, maybe 14. I'm home. Hi, Mom. Let me help you prep for tonight's open, Mom. And we see, oh, no. Tamako's shaking. We see a doctor with some heart. Looks like a heart thing. It seems she had a minor birth defect in one of her heart valves. Yeah, I can recognize a heart. Normally, I should have been a doctor. Normally, defects like this will heal naturally as the body grows, but not always because she displayed no symptoms up to this point. Early detection would have been almost impossible, I'm afraid. Oh, so that's one of those things like cancer. It's like if you don't show any symptoms and you don't get your yearly, like even with the yearly checkups and stuff, if you don't check something like, oh, I'm gonna get an MRI on my kidneys every year. If you don't do that and you have like tumors growing in your kidneys and you don't show signs of kidney problems until it's stage 3, well then it's kind of too late, right? Stage 3, stage 4, you're done. So, yeah, that always sucks. We're not infallible. We are not infallible. We are unfortunately, actually my uncle right now just got diagnosed with esophagus cancer stage 3. So, yeah, that's not fun either. That's not fun. There's things that we just don't know yet. We don't know how to prevent that stuff yet. So, oh wow, already jumped into the funeral. Well, we knew she died. So, her battle with her condition lasted all of 1 month. Jesus Christ, that's quick. Like, damn. It was way too short a time to brace for a final goodbye. And we see Joshiro there hugging Souma, and Soma shaking uncontrollably. Clearly, like, we're not seeing it because we're not seeing their faces, but clearly they're hugging and crying and all that stuff. We see Joshiro there at the shrine. It looks, because in Japanese culture they always put up a shrine in the house and stuff like that, or generally speaking we see that in a lot of manga, similar to a gravestone in Western culture. Like, you go visit the grave, they kind of do a shrine as well, sort of idea to pay respects. And we see that Joshiro he's got the bags under his eyes, he looks quite tired, sort of idea. Yeah, that, you know what, that's really sad actually. And you'd think not that everything can be fixed by that, but Keisha's saying, sorry to hear that about your uncle. Yeah, thanks, Keisha. Yeah, I mean, he's in good spirits. I went to see him on the weekend. He lives down the road. He's 60. He's 60, so I mean, we didn't really, and he's a long-time smoker, so we figure that's what it's from. Doesn't mean it doesn't suck, but thanks for the sorry. Appreciate that. I mean, he's going through the treatment now, so he's going to start radiation and chemo and stuff, and we'll see what happens. So not a big deal. Nothing to worry over yet, anyways. But yeah, you would think, coming back to that, you would think like someone like Joshiro, and don't get me wrong, money can't buy life. It doesn't work that way. But you would think Joshiro, with a heart valve thing, I mean, it's possible, but you think Joshiro would have went to like someone like Susanoo, money galore, and would have been like, wife, problem, I need your help. Find me the best damn team of doctors in the world to like extend her life, for another year or whatever they could do. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but I feel like, it feels at a place that she would have just collapsed and then died in 1 month, So yeah, anyways, jumping back. So as I said, we see Joshiro. He's very gloomy. He's, I mean, and understandably, that's his wife. Remember, that's his reason for cooking. That's his reason for living again. That's his reason for getting out of the storm again. And now she's gone. Like, you got to feel bad for the man. And then we see a dad, and then we see Joshiro walk over to the kitchen and we see Souma tying himself up and going, I challenge you to a cooking contest. And then we see Joshiro, like, I don't know what they're trying to imply here, but maybe it's like, it's now, this is his third wind sort of idea. It's like enlightenment, because we're seeing him totally pencil sketch, totally silhouetted, and in white. And yeah, I mean, maybe he's thinking, okay, maybe my boy is here for me. Like, I still have responsibilities. I still have a son to raise. There's still a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I didn't lose everything like last time. and this time there's something left behind. And we see Souma here. By the looks of it, Souma's been crying a lot too. We see the bags under his eyes and stuff. But they're like, we need to move. Souma's the one who pulled him out of that. Like, we need to move on. We need to, like, I challenge you to a cooking contest every day, right? So Joshiro, wakes himself out of it and says, all right, you're on. And you see them cooking together, making some type of dish on a very nice propane grill by the looks of it. So then we see him walking and stuff. Sure, every time I challenge Dad. Okay, so now we're back in present time. So someone's showing back up. He says, sure, every time I challenged Dad, it was because I wanted to beat him as a chef. But back when I was a little kid, I think there was probably more to it than just that. Someone you want to cook for more than anyone else. Someone special. That's what he wanted to do. Oh, that's nice, guys. See, all the shit in this chapter, but you get things like that. That's nice. Like, I'm trying to read into the whole cooking contest, like, you got to live on for your son. But he was trying to cook for his special someone. Mom's gone, but Dad's still here. He wanted to cook for his dad. Ah, that's nice. Like, he was cooking for his mom the whole time. Then his mom dies. He's like, well, I still have Dad, and I'm going to cook for him. Okay. That's in the feels. That's nice. That's nice. Remember, guys, this might seem foolish, especially to people like Keishan who are watching and to know nothing about the series. They're like, yeah, it's food. They need to eat, But I've been with these characters for 315 chapters, man. This is something. Yeah, okay. All right, so someone you want to cook for more than anyone else. Someone special. And that someone special, I think what they're implying here is that someone special can change. He was cooking for his mom, then he was cooking for his dad, and now he cooks for Arena. Oh, that's nice. I like that. I like that simplicity. I do. That's good. Someone you want to dedicate the best food you've ever made to forever. I think that special someone walks in. There's Arena turns. I think that special someone. What? Oh, come on. We should have seen Arena like smiling and says, is you. Oh, come on. What a clip. No. Oh, come on. You had that down pat. How did they... Like, they had a 10 out of 10 right there. They had a 10 out of 10. And now it's only a 9. Jesus. They keep like building stuff up, and then they just throw a little wrench in. Just a little wrench. It's like seeing a flathead screw. I know you guys, a lot of you probably aren't tradesmen or don't like build things a lot, but I do. Like Robertson screws, Canadian, square head screws, you guys might call them, Red Robertson, number 8s. They are the best screws in the world. You know why? Because they're the best. They just are. I won't go into a big thing to explain it. The Americans believe in Phillips. The problem is that Phillips screws, the star, the plus sign, they strip too easy. What I mean by strip is not like no. What I mean is that when you constantly are screwing in and screwing them back in, or if you use them a lot, is that they eventually lose that star shape and they start to go more round, and eventually a screwdriver can't take them off anymore because they take away the metal, because the metal is very malleable. Flathead screws are even worse for this. And for some reason, everything you buy from Europe and America comes with either Phillips or flats, because nobody will buy from the best screws in the world, the Canadian screws, which are Robertsons. So in this case, I say all this. I say all this to tell you guys that they are basically throwing flathead screws into an otherwise perfectly built Canadian wardrobe with beautiful number 8 screws. And they're throwing in these flathead screws, that are half stripped. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that to me. Now, maybe I wasted some of your guys' time who understand nothing of what I'm talking about, but start building a bunch of IKEA furniture and come work in the electrical trade. You'll know exactly what I mean, and you guys will praise the Canadian who came up with the number 8 screw head. Trust me. If you ever build anything. So, let's see. Alright, so Souma shows up. He kind of looks dorky here, in all honesty. He looks like his hair is thinning. I'm not a fan. He doesn't really look much different, but like I don't know. Something about it. Souma, though he skipped class and a lot of his other responsibilities, he still somehow managed to graduate from Totsuki. He is head chef of Yukihira. He opens the restaurant only on an irregular schedule. He spends most of his time traveling overseas, having been invited to cook all over the world. Amongst the foodies of the world, the chance to taste some of the chef Souma's cooking is a fast turning into a mark of prestige. I mean, okay, but you think Joshiro would still have basically the monopoly on that right now, so that sounds a little stupid. I'm home. How you been, Nekiri? Welcome home. Well, I made my time in my business schedule to be here, Yukihira. Don't you have anything else to say to me? Irena just holding herself in her proper pose, saying finishing her schooling at Totsuki while still performing her duties as dean, she earned top marks in her grade, blah, 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 flying colors. Now the dean full-time, she has grown into a highly competent leader, continually championing new innovative outlooks on traditional cuisine. She pushes the Totsuki brand further and higher than it has ever been in history. Okay, so we get that, and basically it sums up as she's still the dean, he still travels. So we didn't really need to read any of that. Alright, so he goes, oh yeah, sure, thanks. You won't believe this recipe though. It's amazing. So he opens his suitcase and he's ready to go. Arena's like, sheesh, it's always recipes with you. And now we're inner monologuing with Arena again, saying, but it's strange. Somewhere along the line, I've come to look forward to tasting your dishes, to look forward to seeing you. You already, this was when they were teenagers. You telling me, like, this time skip has been like 7 years, right? Between Le Dessert, like between the ending of Shokugeki no Souma and then Le Dessert, time skip 1, then Le Dessert, time skip 2 here in chapter 3, they are 25 apparently, right? Like, let me just scroll up. Yeah, they are both 25. So that means that they were like 16, 17. So they have been apart, like, this has been 8 years, roughly, give or take, 7 or 8 years. This is bullshit. She already accepted it. She never wanted to admit it to him, but she always admitted it to herself. Oh my God. 8 years, no character development? You're kidding me. You're freaking kidding me. So someone walks up, says, right, let's get to it. I picked a few more tricks up along the way. Get ready. This time I'm going to make you admit it's good. So what'll the lady be having? She says, humph. Let's see what you got then, I'll have one chef special. He ties on his classic bandana saying, coming right up. Now he's starting to look more like himself. Looks like a scrawny. He does not look like he's 25. He looks more like he's like 19, 20. But whatever. Clearly I got to get through this. This is a long chapter. Clearly I got to get through this because I'm not going to grab another beer for this. So let's see. We have people arriving saying the lights are already on. Looks like they're here. Oh, okay. So who showed up? Okay, we got the Adani brothers. We got Hayama. We got Megami. We got some Polar Star Door members and Akumi. So no Alice or Rio. Oh wait, yes we do. And Hisako. Yeah. Okay, Hisako, Alice, Rio, they all did show up. Okay. That's cool. I'm good with it. Yo, mind if we come in? It's been a while. Yukihira, you best believe you aren't going to wait before I challenge you again. I assume that's come from Takumi. Here we go. There's Arena saying, oh my goodness, everyone, I'm surprised at how many you made it. Alice saying, yep, like we totes made sure to get all our work done super fast so we could all come and la 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 la. And then someone says, yo guys, thanks for coming. It's good to have this many witnesses to finally prove I got Nekari to give in. Someone's making something. Just a heads up, this one's going to take a while. You know what? Let me whip up something quick snacks for you guys to munch on. This is another new recipe idea I hit not that long ago. Ooh, what is it? I want to try it, they say. And then we got... Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We got what everybody was hoping for. Squid legs and peanut butter. Absolutely disgusting. I will never eat something when someone tells me it's squid legs and peanut butter, guys. I will not do it. But squid legs and peanut butter marinated in coffee mixed with sweet and sour habanero pork and simmered in mint sauce. First off, sweet and sour habanero pork is fine by itself. Coffee and mint sauce don't go with that at all. Peanut butter doesn't go with that at all. Squid doesn't go with that at all. Squid doesn't go with peanut butter. Squid doesn't go with coffee. Squid doesn't go with... None of this goes to... Oh my Jesus. And Arena's like, come again? Making me Souma, but that's a bit much. He's like, come on, just taste it. So they all try it. And we get the last time we're going to see... Oh, Hayama's there. Oh yeah, I already mentioned that. Yeah, Hayama's there too. And they're all, the final time we get the Ichi, the hentai looking, like the foodgasm. The foodgasm is here, guys. I might not be the last time. I don't know how long this chapter is going to go for, but they're all the Squid King wrapping them all up, and their tits and their ass and the whole 9 yards. So gross, and they hate it. So they're all sitting there like, that's disgusting. And then we see, so that's disgusting. Yukihira, I cannot believe you. This is Arena. And someone says, right? It's unbelievable how I continually reach new levels of grossness in the kitchen. Okay, yeah, that's definitely him. And Arena starts, she giggles. Sheesh, you're such a clown. You. Yeah, okay. So let's see. So someone goes, he, happy to serve. He's bubbling something. He's frying something. He says, there, it's ready this time. I swear it. This will be the dish that'll make you say it's good. And so he serves. We don't see anything. That's it. Dig in. The end. That's... there will be a fan book with 9... I don't know if this is in reference. There will be a fan book with 9 more pages. Okay. The 2 will continue on working together, and they had 8 assistants. I'm assuming they're talking about the people who created Food Wars. Regarding the anime, Sukuda usually supervises the scripts, and studio staff know very well the story. So the fan book will have 9 more pages. 9 more pages to add after that. So a fanboy says right now, do you think this is the end? Well, yeah. I do. But we didn't even see the dish. Like, Keisha says it broke him there for a sec. It did. Like, I honestly thought we would get like some type of like Souma Arena conclusion. I thought that we would get maybe to see this dish that finally see Arena say it's delicious like this. Like, don't get me wrong, this is an okay ending, but it's not the ending we wanted. Like, they're leaving us, like, this would be an okay ending. This, like, forgetting the other Le Dessert bullshit. But this would be okay if this was actually a weekly Shonen Jump. And this was the last weekly manga release. But the fact of the matter is, they left us with the worst chapter ending of any weekly release in history. Then they gave us 3 months. They made us wait 3 months for this. This ain't worth 3 months. I'm sorry. Because you can only you can only give that arbitrary ending when you're coming off a high, when you're going out on a high note. And people are like, okay, well, we don't know what's going to happen next. Well, their adventures are far from over, sort of idea. You can only do that in the weekly. These 3 chapters were meant to wrap up. They were meant to wrap up everything. And they haven't. They did, but they didn't. Because we never saw Arena say delicious. We never saw Souma and Arena finally get together. We never saw him beat Joshiro. We never saw anything. The only goal Souma in this entire series, the only goal Souma accomplished was he got to be first seat, and he got it from hacks. He didn't even win it and come by it honestly. He got first seat on a whim. So Souma's 3 goals: get first seat, make Arena stay delicious, beat his dad. He accomplished one of them, and that one has an asterisk. That's... Fanboy says, for me, I hope this is not the end. I'm sorry, man. I think it is. I do. They say there's going to be 9 more pages, apparently, in a fan book. I don't know if they're going to add to this, particularly, or if they're going to extend, like, this chapter, or what that means. But I'm assuming that's the last... This is the last chapter. Like, we didn't even see the dish. Like... I don't know, guys. I didn't like this. I mean, the chapter overall, once again, was good. I'll have a better opinion of it in a couple hours when I do the review. And the review will probably be out sometime tomorrow. I got to get my One Piece review done for sure. And then I'll get that out after doing this. But, I don't know. For fans of the series, what do you guys think? It's been going on for about over an hour now. Thank you. Actually, we're gonna end this really soon now, guys, because I really got to get other stuff done. It's already this has gone on way longer than I wanted. It's 9:44, but I started this at 8:00. What the? It says I've only been live for an hour and 11 minutes, but I don't believe that for a second because I started this shit at 8:00 and it's 9:44. So something's lying to me. Something's lying really, really hard. This has been going over 2 hours, or almost 2 hours. So thank you to Keisha Prime for showing up and being in the chat and being a moderator and all that stuff. Thank you to Fanboy for showing up and being in the chat and everything. Shout out to you, man. Thank you to Lo Jun Dong for also stopping by and being part of the chat. And yeah, so like, comment, subscribe as always, guys. It's always very much appreciated. This has been Griever. We're going to just end this here because I am going to make an actual behind the bar review for Shokugeki no Souma Lead Dessert Chapter 3. So I might have some finalized thoughts there, but yeah. Why don't we just end this out on a big, on a thank you. In all honesty, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, this isn't like a 10K special or anything like that to say thank you to the fans or anything, or the subscribers. But I feel like Shokugeki no Soma for me, Shokugeki no Soma and Taizai were my 2 money makers. I don't monetize, but they were my 2 money makers, guys. They're the 2 videos that I know if I push out a Shokugeki no Soma chapter, I'm getting a few hundred views, no problem, even if I'm late. 7 Deadly Sins, same idea. If I only get 200, 300 views now in 7 Deadly Sins video, I'm thinking, where's everybody at? It's not my problem because I know that I'm making videos now that are making 400 or 500 views, every chapter review. So this was one of those series. And I really just kind of want to say thank you to everyone who supports that, everybody who likes the videos, who comments on the videos, who wants to discuss their own theories, who want to talk about these things, who just are always watching, to avid viewers of my content and stuff. Shokugeki no Soma to me was my right up there. It was my other series that, I do One Piece, but that's oversaturated on YouTube. This was my other series. This was the big one that drew in a lot of my subscribers, and now it's over. Like, it's officially over. I know I already said it in the 315 live reaction and review, but we had this Giga thing. We had this 3 months of waiting for these chapters, and now it's over. And that's a little in here, So I just want to say thank you very much to everyone who always supported, everyone who watched all my videos, everyone who commented, subscribed, all that stuff. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. I hope that Shokugeki no Soma was not the only reason. I hope that that you watch my videos. I hope that you stick around and you continue to watch my other content. I promise to try to bring you guys always the good content with the same amount of passion that I brought Shokugeki no Souma reviews to you guys. So, I really hope to continue to, meet your guys' approval and all that stuff, and I hope you continue to watch my videos and stuff like that. So, thank you very much. This has been one hell of a ride. Shokugeki no Souma is still a great series. Definitely go check it out too, especially Keishan Prime, who I know is still in the chat, who says he's never read it. Definitely, it's on your list, dude. You got to read it. Even though I'm hating on this chapter, it feels like, and I'm nitpicking. I thought the chapter overall, I'll agree with Fanboy. It's about a 7 out of 10. It's about a 6 out of 10 maybe. It's not a bad ending chapter. It's just all the little nitpicks there that really kind of grind my gears, get under my skin. But still a great series. Love the series. So I hope everyone who enjoyed the series up to this point. It was one hell of a ride, guys. It really was. So this is the end. This is the official end. So maybe I'll do some anime episode reviews of it or something. If a new season comes out or something like that. But for now, I think this is really the official end of Shokugeki no Souma. Finally, So yeah, I could ramble on all day and keep saying thank yous and stuff like that, but I definitely need to get down to that bar and start not only drinking some more, but definitely doing the One Piece review and stuff like that, and reviewing this chapter as well. But this chapter review probably won't be out until late Saturday, so stay tuned to that, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, Griever here. Like, comment, subscribe. Put the bell notification. Click that too, because you never know when I come up with a live stream at the last minute at the drop of a hat. So thank you guys so much for watching, and drink responsibly. I only had 2 for a 2-hour live stream. That's pretty good. So drink responsibly like I am right now. We'll see you back here next time, guys. Till then, peace out. Let's see if I can stop the stream without not looking like a dork.